Hello, people. I am Jaby Koay, joined by Natasha Martinez.
Hello.
And Achara KIRK.
Oh, yay! I got a little flourish. I like it.
I got a funny feeling. I got a funny feeling. Yeah.
So we're looking at ABHISHEK UPMANYU's stand-up comedy by ABHISHEK UPMANYU. The title of this video is one that I cannot say because there are preschool toys present. So that's a Toy Story joke. Okay, so we have subtitles thanks to Humorous Love.
Yes.
Thank you, Humorous Love, for making the subtitles, and thanks for chatting with me on the Instagrams. Really appreciate your advice, life advice.
Oh.
I'm just joking.
Oh.
Just wanted to make him feel good. Anyway, here we go.
Bad words. Do you know what to do with your parents or kids?
और उसके बाद एक फाइनल हादसा हो गया जिसके बाद तो रिश्तों में ऐसी कड़वाहट आई है कि आज तक उभर नहीं पाया उससे। लाइक मैं 8th में था और तो उसमें मेरा दोस्त मेरे घर आया और उसने मुझे आके पौन दी। कहता देख ले। मैं कहा ठीक है। नहीं मेरा मन भी था ये नहीं कि चल तेरे लिए देखूंगा आज मैं सिर्फ तेरे लिए बहुत मन था
Yep. I bet you would.
तो बच्चों में घर में पॉर्न देखता था तो उनको नहीं पसंद ये सब हाँ मेरा देखना नहीं पसंद खुद पसंद होगा तभी मैं आया हूँ ना तो मैं घर ऐसे पॉर्न देखता पॉर्न लगा के ऐसे पूरी फुल स्क्रीन भी नहीं किया इतना विंडो खोल के बस वो क्रॉस होता है ना विंडो क्लोज करने वाला उसके ऊपर माउस पॉइंटर रख
Oh my god.
यहाँ किताब खोल के ऐसे सेक्स देख रहे हैं अभिषेक पढ़ रहा था
Oh my god.
वो पैर से करता कि वो ना हो ना ऐसे मजा आता है ना पॉर्न देखने में कि आप देख सेक्स रहे हो और सारा ध्यान आपके पापा के टकले पे तुमने क्या सोचता था मैं पॉर्न देखते देखते तो मैं मौके की तलाश में था और मौका मिल गया मेरे घर में गेस्ट आ गए मैंने कहा ये पापा वहां बिजी होंगे लड़ेंगे वहां जाके बीजेपी वर्सेस कांग्रेस और मैं यहाँ इन सब चीजों से ऊपर उठ चुका हूँ तो बस फिर पापा वहां गए मैं तकिया पीछे फुल स्क्रीन लेट के महफिल सजा ली अपनी मैं कहा थैंक यू लॉर्ड थैंक यू तमेव माता पिता तमेव सब सही चल रहा है बढ़िया चल रहा है मजा आ रहा है बहुत मजा आ रहा है तभी मेरे डैड आने लगे रूम में किसी काम से और मैं पता नहीं कौन सी फील में था मैं भूल ही गया कि ये सब छुपाना होता है अंदर आ गए देख लिया तो 5 सेकंड तक तो हम दोनों ने देखा
That's awkward. Yeah.
क्योंकि आई थिंक वो भूल गए कि डांटना होता है HD क्वालिटी कहां से मिली नहीं रियलाइज क्या हुआ तो गुस्सा आया अरे क्या ये मैं कहा ओ मैं कहा ये ब्लो जॉब क्या है ये सब विद कॉन्टेक्स्ट बुरी बात है काफी बुरी बात है अब कुछ तो ड्रामा करना पड़ेगा ना ये थोड़ी हम पॉर्न देख रहा हूँ काम कर अपना
Imagine.
ये तो कोई ऑप्शन
Right.
आज भी नहीं है होगा भी नहीं कभी मुझे लग रहा तो मैंने क्या किया मैंने घटिया एक्टिंग शुरू कर दी मतलब हाँ 14 साल के हैं 40 साल के आदमी को एक्टिंग करके बेवकूफ बना लेंगे इनको क्या ही पता है आयुष तो बोल रहा था कि कोई एक्शन मूवी देगा, इसमें तो एक भी फाइटिंग सीन नहीं था, सारे गंदे गंदे सीन थे। चलो अच्छा, किसने दिए? मगर आयुष ने। आयुष को बोलो उसके पेरेंट्स से बात करने आ रहे हैं हम लोग।
Why?
घर जा रहे हैं और तुम भी चलो, तैयार हो, चलो। मैंने आयुष को फोन किया, वो वहां पे एक्साइटेड है, कह रहा हाँ भाई। कैसी लगी आगे स्वाद? मगर बहुत ही बढ़िया थी, पापा को पसंद आ गई। और तेरे पेरेंट्स को रिव्यूज देने आ रहे हैं अभी।
God, this is giving me anxiety.
और वो लगे नहीं भाई अभिषेक भाई नहीं, अपने बाप को रख, अपने बाप को रख, मैं तेरा कुत्ता बनूंगा जिंदगी भर, मैं तेरा जिंदगी भर कुत्ता बनूंगा भाई, तू मेरे साथ जो मर्जी कर ले भाई, तू प्लीज यार, तू मेरे मुंह में रोज मूत लियो।
That's nasty.
Why would you offer that?
मुझे नहीं मूतना तेरे मुंह में यार।
Why would you offer that of all things?
प्लीज यार एक ड्रॉप। मैं नहीं यार।
No, yucky.
He has an
He's
obsession.
asking for it.
It seems like he wanted that punishment.
Exactly.
तू बहुत गलत टाइप की पॉर्न देख रहा है आजकल। अच्छा मैं देखता हूँ।
Oh, okay.
पापा आया, मैं कहा पापा सुनो, हमें उसके घर जाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है। कहला क्यों? मैं कहा उनका बच्चा बिगड़े हमें क्या है, हम अपना इंटरनल फैमिली मैटर सॉल्व कर लेते हैं, ये भी तो एक इशू है। कहना सही बात है, तुम तो चलो।
Oh, somebody's gonna get
कहाँ चलो?
the belt.
पेन ड्राइव पे।
Oh.
कहा ये मर्डर कर देंगे मेरा। ये संस्कारी टाइप के आदमी, इनको बुरा लग गया मेरी ऑनर किलिंग हो रही है आज। तो मैंने सेफ्टी के लिए कटर जेब में रख लिया। मैं कहा वो लड़के होंगे ऐसे तो मैं भी नहीं मर रहा, ठीक है? जान तेरा मैं अपने। आपका बेटा कैसे मेरा थड़क चढ़ गई थी। तो ड्राइव पे लेके गए, और ड्राइव पे वहां लेके गए जहां ड्राइविंग सिखाते हैं लोगों को। वो पूरा खाली है ना, तो खाली वहां लेके जा रहे हैं, और भाई कुछ बोल नहीं रहे। 15 मिनट हो गए कुछ नहीं बोला, और मेरा शक और गहरा होने लग गया। मैं कहा पापा सच में मार देंगे यार, पापा इस बात के पीछे सब भूल गए जो पल बिताए थे हमने। मैंने कहा इससे पहले पापा कुछ करें मैं ही साइलेंस तोड़ देता हूँ। मैंने कहा पापा वो यहाँ जगजीत सिंह की सीढ़ियाँ पड़ी होती थी, नहीं मिली। जगजीत सिंह तो तुम बहुत ऊपर उठ चुके हो।
Oh my God.
देखो बेटा लाइफ के तुम्हें कैसे मोड़ पे पहुंच चुके हो, जाता हूँ बस 2 रास्ते होंगे, सही और गलत। मैं कहा सामने वाले रास्ते पे ध्यान दे दो, गाड़ी ठुक जाएगी, हम मर जाएंगे, हम फेमस भी नहीं है, लोग कहेंगे तो फुद्दू आए थे, बहनचोद खाली एरिया में गाड़ी ठोक के चले गए। उनका बात दबा दो ना, बात दबा दो प्लीज यार पापा, बात दबा दो। मेरे बाप ने बहुत बड़ा हरामपना कर दिया, जाके मेरी मॉम को बताता। पता नहीं क्या सगे हैं अपनी बीवी के, उनको चुगली करनी हर बार वहां जाके। वहां क्या बताते रहते हो यार, तभी तो हमारा रिश्ता नहीं स्ट्रॉन्ग हो पा रहा, ट्रस्ट ही नहीं है हमें कोई। और पता है सही बताऊं, डैड तक फिर भी ठीक था। मगर ठीक है डैड हैं, समझ जाएंगे, क्या तो खुद भी करते हैं, मुझे मतलब नहीं उससे। मॉम को बताना ज्यादा ऑकवर्ड है, बिकॉज मेरे मॉम के सामने अब फॉर लाइफ टाइम मेरी इनोसेंस गई ना, गई मैं इनोसेंस जो बचपन से साइड पार्टीशन कर करके इमेज बना सब खत्म है अब। उनको लग रहा है बेटा ठरकी है मेरा। अब मैं आंटियों के पैर भी छू रहा हूँ, हाँ सोच तो वही रहा, मैं नहीं यार। और
Oh my god, it's so good. That's so funny.
I like the way he told the story.
Me too.
Yeah, he's just a really good storyteller.
Just like so matter of fact about it in a way that most people can relate to.
Yeah.
Just like the shame that you would feel and just the parents like, you're wrong.
I'm just remembering all the instances in which I was found out somehow. Even in adulthood, it's always weird. It's just, there's never a time where it's not weird.
Well, because it's something that's super private. I feel like watching porn is not something that you're like, let me just broadcast that to everyone.
Yeah.
Let's just do that in like a public situation.
Because we all got like shamed from the very beginning, like sex is bad and this is bad.
But the thing about it is, if you're into normal stuff, it's less embarrassing, which I feel like a lot of girls are just into, I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of girls are into normal things comparatively, right? You're not? Okay, fine, cool. I'm in good company. So the thing about it is, I remember I was hanging out with a friend and I wanted to show her something I just edited on my laptop. And so I pulled up in my laptop and there was a bunch of red tube tabs. I'm like, bonk. And I closed it right away. She's like, no, it's not a problem. I'm like, what do you mean it's not a problem? She's like, hey, I watch it too. What do you look at? And she wanted to see what I look. She wanted to know, but I was like, no, it's too weird. It's just, I know that what I look at is weirder than what you look at. I just know it. Like in my gut, I know my gut. It says it's weirder than what you do.
Oh my God.
I'm just gonna close that.
There have been times where I will be in like a situation where like a stranger, somebody that I just met would be like, oh yeah, like here, I'll just show you on my phone. And then the first window that comes up is like porn. And I'm like, oh my God, like how am I supposed to act? And then, and they like
on your phone or their phone?
On their phone.
I mean, I haven't had that happen to me directly. One of my girlfriends at work told me, she was like, yeah, so the busser, who's like the sweetest guy. Like, I love this guy. He's so nice. I was really good friends with him. And then she's like, yeah, so he was trying to show me something on his phone. And then like, porn popped up.
God,
and it was so awkward. But he like just styled it out, you know. He didn't even act embarrassed. He's like,
whatever, X,
you know, like.
But then it's like
all you can do.
All you're gonna think about is that this cute little bus driver that you used to love, bus boy, watches porn, like you know what I mean. So it's kind of like how he was like, my mom's just gonna, all the innocence is gone. She's just gonna think I'm a pervert. Because if you do catch someone like that, you're just like, oh yeah, remember that time I caught you like watching porn, or it like came up on your phone or something, and you're just like, oh.
And it was like really weird.
So
it wasn't even like, you know, just regular. It was like super fetish porn.
My dad was so computer illiterate, he didn't know what a start menu was on the computer, right? It was Windows, whatever, Millennium or some shit. And so back in the day, I remember I'd saved stuff off of like, was it Kazam or whatever there was? Like there was this Napster, and then after Napster there was something else, LimeWire, one of those things. I had downloaded something and saved it in the computer in an area that I thought was pretty discreet. Like there's just no way he was gonna find it. He didn't even know what the start menu was.
Of course, they always find it.
And then he found it, but instead of like saying, why are you watching this? He just made fun of the video that I was watching.
Oh my God.
And that made me feel so ashamed. That
I was
way
gonna
more.
say, that was probably worse.
That's worse than like giving me the belt. Like that's so much worse that I couldn't watch it ever again.
Oh no. Well, I guess he fulfilled his purpose of making you not want to watch it.
It was pretty effective at making me not want to watch that anymore.
I feel like it's so normal though. Like everyone who's got a son knows that at some point they're gonna be doing some stuff like that. And it's always like, from what I hear from my guy friends, it is always like that, where it's like, oh yeah, and then, you know, like my big brother gave me this DVD, or like showed me this thing, or like my friends showed me this. I've even heard of, okay, maybe this is just some weird Thai thing, but like guys watching it together. Like when they're really young, you know, like in middle school or whatever.
I've heard of that too, but I'm like, why would you do that?
I didn't want to. It was just the only means to. That was how I didn't have any access. I was in 7th grade. I was in 2nd grade.
Second?
Didn't you ever see the cartoon?
2nd grade, I know.
That's the cartoon that I put up.
2nd grade?
There's an animation on this channel of my first fight, like my first actual fight. It was about that. Because what happened was, I've told this story already. There's a nice animation that goes with it. It'll be linked in this video in the description. And there'll be a button at the end. But what happened was, we were all, like, they had found their dad's video. And so we all watched it. Afterwards, they thought that I told someone, which eventually got back to the dad. And they thought it was me that ratted them out. And so like everyone like socked me in the shoulder except for one kid. He wanted to sock me in the shoulder as well, and then we ended up getting into a fight. So like that's what the animation was about. Like it's just, anyway.
Second graders.
Second grade.
I was very confused about what I was watching. I didn't know. And like the first time I saw a vagina, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why does it look like that? You know, it's just, I was quite scared. Like, 'cause it was.
I was quite terrified.
Because the thing is, you normally, when you look at like Playboy, for instance, you're just seeing it from the front.
Yeah.
But then I saw Penthouse, which is more like spread.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what?
There's actually, on Netflix, Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop brand, they have like a Goop series on Netflix. Well, she'll have her employees like go and try out different things, whether it be like psychedelics, different diet like fads, acupuncture, all those things.
Yeah.
Well, they have one that is about the female orgasm, and basically there's this woman, I don't remember what her name is, but she goes around teaching like women how to have an orgasm, and they show everything. You see vagina. It's like, and cause she's like, oh, because a lot of women don't even sometimes look at their own or know what other people's are like. So they think if there's something about them that-
What channel is this on?
It's on Netflix.
This, okay.
Yeah, I was like.
They can show that?
They showed it.
What's this called?
It's the Goop Lab, and it's the vagina episode. You can find it very easily. But her whole thing was like, no, people need to be more used to seeing how everyone's is different, and so your own isn't something to be ashamed of.
Agreed, and also not to just rely on porn, because that is not an accurate representation of what sex is like between couples normally, and also what body parts,
types, body for sure. So it was very eye-opening, to say the least. And then if we're talking about watching things with other people, there's another Netflix movie called 365 Days. Let me tell you, that actor is one of the most gorgeous men I've ever seen in my life. But it's basically 50 Shades of Grey, but like more intense. Like it's you're basically watching porn. Like that's how like hot it is. My friend was telling me about it, and she watched it with another one of our girlfriends, and she was like, oh my God, we were watching it together, and at one point we were both just like, why are we watching this together? I was like,
take it to the next level.
I was like, I would not want to do that either. Like, I watch that by myself.
at least they didn't accidentally watch it with a parent or something.
Oh my God,
like,
that was the worst.
So bad.
Sex scenes with parents, even kissing scenes with my parents, it could be like a makeout session and just the hand of God just like came over. And we'd be like, yeah, that doesn't happen. And I'm just like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Getting caught in general with anything related to that topic is always embarrassing, because like I remember being in 10th grade or 11th grade, and I wrote a letter to my girlfriend. I had basically arrived at the notion that maybe she was open to like going all the way. And it wasn't something I'd ever pressured her about, but then I realized that she was open to that. I'm like, and so I wrote this letter, and I'm like, well, is that something you want to do? Do I need to go to get a condom? Blah, blah, blah. It was this long letter. She read it when she got home and then folded it up and put it on her couch instead of putting it in her backpack or in her room. No. Guess who found it? Her mom found it. God. And her mom was like, I need to see you and your father. And I didn't know what it was about. And that's what it was about. And I was like so embarrassed. I'm like, why would you leave that out?
Oh my
Why would you leave that out for someone else to discover?
Because that's how the world works, right? Anything that you're trying to hide is always gonna come to light. They're always gonna figure it out. Your dad, who doesn't know how to use the computer, is gonna find that porn on there. Like, that's how it happens. Like, the parents will just always somehow, they'll know.
I feel like parents secretly work for the CIA or something. Like, they just know everything.
The secret is, don't leave a paper trail of any kind.
Yeah.
Don't ever, if you have to have that discussion, have the discussion in person or on the phone, but don't ever write a letter, don't ever write an email, don't ever send a text message. Don't send any pictures. Just do it where there's no recording possible of any kind. Because I would have been mad as hell at him. Like if I lent someone something and then it comes back to me.
God,
and like,
I know, I felt so bad for that poor kid, although whatever jokes he was making about the peeing, it was very disturbing.
That was nasty.
Yeah, that was weird.
Very disturbing.
It's got an R. Kelly complex of some
I know.
kind. Anyways.
On that note.
You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully you enjoyed some of that. Do let us know your stories in the comments below. Check out Natasha Martinez as well as Achara KIRK on the social media. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon. All notifications, please. Check out our other reactions, reviews, short films, vlogs, and interviews. I am Jaby Koay. This is
Natasha Martinez.
And
Achara KIRK.
Peace out.